Yep, we are on. So Vicky, you
Perfect.
can start. Yeah.
Thank you. Let me just share a quick slide in. Can you see my screen? Okay, yeah. So good morning, everybody, or good afternoon, depending where some people are. My name is Vicky O'Brien, and I'm honoured to have been asked to moderate this Smart Industry Workshop during the TEKTiTE event. I'm a director and consultant with Strategic Allies. We're an open innovation company that has been working with Delta Tech Korea for a number of years. So we provide insights and partnering opportunities to global clients, covering various sectors, including food and bev, chemical, pharma, electronics industries. These clients tend to be very large companies who already have their own R&D and procurement and strategy teams, but they require specialized and verified results from outside of their own industry and knowledge base. So they can offer a wide range of opportunities to smaller companies that they partner with, which is one of the reasons that we're here. We also have a growing number of smaller clients, and they tend to be more technology focused companies. So for example, startups, universities, research institutes, technology transfer organizations, and these organizations are looking to understand the opportunity or the market that their technology might fit into. And again, they need an unbiased and verified view of that market. So that's where we can help. We have, as I alluded to, that the clients need us because they might lack the resources internally. Quite often our clients need to do something confidentially. They don't want the marketplace to know what it is they're looking for. And certainly if they have an issue with one of their products, they certainly don't want the marketplace to understand that. So in terms of the kind of services that we can offer, it's quite broad, as many open innovation companies in our sector can provide. We like to think that we specialize in technology scouting. So that is finding the specific answer to the client's question, but we can help them understand the market through our market and technology landscapes. We can also help them do some due diligence. Quite often a client will come to us and say, I've looked at this particular company, we're looking to invest, we're not sure whether they're the right company. Who else is playing in this IP space? Who else is looking in this area? What technology might replace this? What are the risks to us? And we can work with clients to do workshops and prepare them for some of their open innovation journeys. Not all of our clients are as prepared in the open innovation space as others. We customize our services to our client. So over 70% of our current clients have worked with us before, they've been recommended to us, and they will keep coming back again and again. And I think that's testament to the services that we provide for them. In terms of who SAL are, so Strategic Allies or SAL for short, we are a small open innovation consultancy. We have an extensive international network. So Delta Tech Korea is one of those companies in our network. And looking at the list of attendees and the organizations participating today, I'd like to think that some more of those companies will join us in our network. But they can sit in universities, they can sit in small SMEs, public sector alliances. Our network are people who have connections to other people who have connections to technologies. And our company, we are small, but we're quite a diverse group. We all have technical backgrounds, and we choose to stay small. We choose not to specialize in a particular sector, but we've been operating in this sector since 2005. Myself and my co-director, John, who's in the center of that picture there, we've been working together for the last 25 years. So I'd like to think we bring a lot of experience to what we do. Our clients use us because we have multi-sector experience. It's a very proactive search. We're not just broadcasting information and not just finding it. We do actually filter and refine so the client gets a very refined pipeline of opportunities, and we work across lots of different functions, as I've said before. There's lots of ways you can learn more about us, but we're not here to learn about SAL. So thank you for your patience for a couple of minutes. We are here to, the TEKTiTE event aims to interconnect innovation seekers, solution providers, intermediaries, investors, with the aim of creating a technology and business opportunities through this open innovation ecosystem. So I'm really looking forward to learning some more about the organisations and the technology offerings today. And we'll be hearing from a range of presenters and a range of organisations discussing opportunities in the area of the smart industry. Many of our clients are already looking to integrate digital technologies, automation in some of their historical products, but also looking to utilise them in their manufacturing and industrial processes going forward. So I rather than keep talking, I think it's probably better to introduce some of our speakers. I believe it's ITTC is first on our list. Is that correct? Okay, so Gia, I think you represent a government-sponsored international technology transfer office with a focus on AI, low carbon economy, and environmental protection. So I'm really looking forward to hearing a bit more through your presentation.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm Jay. I'm from this ITTC. So let me show my presentation. We are Tianfu International Technology Transfer Center. Yeah, we have this background of like sponsored, not fully, but somehow yes, sponsored by government. But somehow we are also a fully marketized market company. 1 second, let me show my presentation. Yes, I got this. So first of all, I have to thank Delta Tech Korean, TTK, for invite us to join this seminar. Actually, at the beginning of March, I went to South Korea and meet with Miss Lee and Riz as well. So it was glad to meet everybody again. We are a technology transfer agency, so we mainly help Chinese companies work with overseas. We have the topic with artificial intelligence, like technology things, also the environmental protection with the clean tech. So we located in Sichuan, in Chengdu, which is the middle west city in China. We are half sponsored by government. But we would help Chinese companies to move overseas, set up their office, to expand their business, also receive foreign companies land in China or enter Chinese market. So we do runway. This is what we offered for our clients. For technology transfer, we do mostly matchmaking, IP selling license, or even you have research, but you want to like commercialized. We would help with funding, with space, with some industrial contacts. Also product service. If you had actual products, mostly they want to sell. You want to expand your marketing share to explore more potential clients. So we would help with such kind of thing as well. For this product service, we mainly serve for foreign companies as they want to do more business with Chinese market. So we mostly help them with this part with overseas companies. And also the corporate services, we would help. We had one case before, later I would introduce that we helped the Israeli company with a Chinese one to build up joint venture, and they start to work together. So such kind of thing we would do as well. And also for some like international business trip or delegation, we receive foreign delegations. Also, we would organize our delegation to visit overseas for certain topic field, I believe, yes. So we have a little bit this international network. Of course, TTK is one of our important partner. We work closely for some project, also delegation activities. We are trying to expand this network because for international technology collaboration, it's not like you can do by yourself alone. It's always a teamwork. Those are some like technology collaboration requests from my clients. So I just shared those 3 here. If by any chance you have such kind of contacts could work together, feel free to let me know. Our business model, I'm gonna come back later again. So those clients, companies, they came to me, for example, they say, I want a client, or I want a tech IP from which field, which topic. So we're working on those mostly for matchmaking, for contacts. This is what we are. So mostly right now we work from R&D test or pilot test first from this beginning. We had joint R&D to help Chinese universities, companies to work with overseas, but we didn't do so many cases. As we we are a private company, so we need to make money. We have no such patience to wait like 3 years, 5 years in end to find out they made not a successful case. So right now we work mostly from pilot test first, and then make products and then commercialized. This is right now we're mostly working on. We had some cases here. So those cases, for example, this one we helped, this is a joint R&D. Usually every country, for example, EEN, in such kind of organization, or even China with Europe countries, we have joint funding call. So for some startups, they want to enter Chinese market, we would encourage them to work with locals to apply the funding together. This is a kind of easy way to step in this market for the first beginning. And the second one is the lithium battery. We would help Chinese companies to let's just say sell their products in overseas market. So we help them, we bring them to Thai market and introduce them contacts, help them in between, and we would have such kind of case a lot. But those mostly working on South Asia countries or like Middle Asia countries, those. But for Europeans, we mainly work on technology collaboration. That's the most case. So for ITTC, how do we work our clients? First, for us, we want to build up our network for partners for sure. Also, we help our clients to do technology collaboration, but we'd only charge successful fee. So which means we would offer the free contacts meeting, or even a little bit consultancy at the beginning, which is free, but we would charge in the end. And they had contract, they work together, we have commission in the end. So this is our business model so far. We are trying to build up our team, then may start from the beginning to charge more service fee, but it's a little bit hard so far. We are still young, particularly, literally we are a startup as well. So we are 3 years old. So take a little bit time to make us more stronger to work with our clients. Yeah, so this is a really brief introduction. So we welcome all. If you want to have any more contacts in China or any possibilities to explore in the future, so feel free to come to us. We're happy to work together. Yes, thank you.
Thank you very much, Jia. Thank you for the introduction to your organization. I just start the Q&A session a little bit. You mentioned that you're trying to expand your network, and your presentation outlined it's quite a global set of partners already. Is there a particular profile in terms of technology focus or capabilities or even geographies that you're looking for in terms of your partners?
Yeah, right now, as we mostly working on this artificial intelligence, also clean tech, as environmental protection related. So first of all, we would looking for example, Thailand, South Asia countries, Indonesia, or even Indian, such kind of country. We want to promote our products in those region. And one partner is from European countries, which is we would more cases going on technology collaboration. So mostly I would say those two kind of like promote our products and introduce their technology.
Thank you. That's really helpful. I
Thank
think
you.
we have
Yes.
a message on the chat as well from Ho.
People seem to request.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's me, and I was wondering how you seek technology guests from your corporate client in Chengdu.
Yes, as we work with company, with those enterprises closely, because we rely on them to pay us for service fee. So we would visit company often, either from like channels introduction or even some events. We meet any companies, we would have a little bit more discussing or introduction, trying to find out if they need any collaboration thing, either in the technology or marketing. How they comes from, I would say, first of all, it's from a network. They would introduce those companies to us. For example, they need anything from overseas, definitely come to us. Second is by ourselves. We're going to explore them by any events, by exhibition, by conference, such kind of thing. Mostly are two, but the first one, network introduction, that's the most one. Yes.
So I have one question. During your presentation, you did talk about 3 tech requests, I guess, for your clients and 2 tech offers. I was just wondering, is like for the technology requests and for the technology offers as well, what kind of partners, for example, for the requests is like they're looking for licensing so to these technologies, what is exactly what they are looking for, and also the potential partners for the tech offers as well. I think it's going to be important to mention about that if there's somebody interested in some of your offers that you put it here.
Sure. So far, those 3 I presented. The first one is for this visual technology, I would say mostly by project. So you would they would like to the provider offer SDK software or mostly SDK. That is enough. So there's no need for tech transfer or license. That is too much for them. Only by project. The last 2, this is related to battery and lithium materials. They would work with technology. So the perfectly is for license. They are looking for IP seller from overseas, from Europe, I guess. And the second option is for joint venture. If they are interested to Chinese market, that is also a perfect option to work together.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we have any more questions from the group today?
Oh, good. Thank you all.
Thank you very much for your presentation. So I think next on the list we have the company Hire. And I
Hello.
believe,
Yes, thank you,
hello.
Vicky.
Thank
Hi,
you.
everyone. Yeah, I'm from Hire. My name is Chia. Give me a second. I will share my screen. Can you see my screen now?
Yes, perfect.
Sure.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Vicky, and thank you, TEKTiTE, Mr. Ho Reza, for inviting me to give a presentation. So Hire, we are a home appliances company. So we are actually based in Qingdao, China, and we have quite a long history. So for maybe some of you might even have a Hire in your homes. For me, actually, I'm based in Singapore. So we do have a couple of brands that are under Hire, for example, Fisher and Paykel. That's actually quite popular here, although Hire, we only have air conditioners in Singapore. So today, I'm actually going to share with you about what we do on the innovation front. So we're not exactly in the smart industry, but we are definitely in smart home, and home appliances is definitely an industry on its own. So as you can see from my cover slide, that now smart home isn't a new thing anymore. Many people actually want to wire up their homes and make sure that there is a lot of connectivity. And for example, you imagine before you even step into your home and before you open the door, the lights are already turned on for you, the air conditioning is already turned on for you, the air purifier knows how to detect whether there are contaminants in the air and needs to run. And for example, if you can look at the refrigerator at the back, it would be nice if you would be able to detect what stocks in your refrigerator is running low. You can actually make an order through the online supermarket, and you will have your groceries delivered to you very soon. So these are the things that we are actually looking at, and I would say the possibilities are really endless. So that's why the title of my presentation today is creating possibilities for the smart home living. So I'm actually from the Hire Open Partnership Ecosystem, which is abbreviated as HOPE. So we have hope for better smart home living. Our guiding principle for Hire is that the world is actually our R&D. So the world is our R&D center, and we will be able to tap on any resources anywhere in the world, as long as they are cutting edge technologies, and we will be implementing these type of innovations, this type of cutting edge technologies into our products. So the key thing is that we need to look at the user. So we start off from a user-centric strategy. We often listen to the user to understand what is their pain point. So is it difficult to operate? Is it difficult to operate the washing machine, for example? Do they find that the cycle time is too long? These are the kind of little nuances and little information that we are listening to, so that we can continuously improve on our products. We want to understand from the market, what is the market need? What is the industry trend? So at HOPE, these are the kind of things that we actually look at. We follow the industry trends, we follow market trends, we follow what user pain points are. And together we can work with our customers, we can work with our suppliers to create better value and shared success for everybody. Yeah. So on the left-hand side, what you can see is these are the brands that we have that is under the Hire family. So you might be familiar with a few of them here. Kasati is actually one of our more high-end brands that we have launched in China, as well as in recently in Thailand and Southeast Asia. Yeah. So I'll move on to talk a little bit more about how we actually work. So at HOPE, our customers are actually mainly our internal customers, and these could be the Hire product lines. We also serve the Hire global R&D centers from all around the world, and we also have the Hire microsystems, the micro enterprise system. So this is a little bit different from what a typical large company would operate. So every department, every product line, every business unit is actually a micro enterprise on their own. So they operate like a mini company. individually. So we also work with our external partners as well. And we want to extend that to our global network. So internally, we have a few innovation centers from across the world, and we also work with our global R&D centers. We like to reach out to external organizations, whether it's government, research institutes. We do tech transfer entities. We like to reach out to universities, research institutes, and also the global expert communities. So together with this kind of network, we can put out our technical request. We will get some technical solutions from our global network. So, and these will be based on innovation trends. This will be based on the technology roadmaps of the different business units. And we also look at specific technical challenges. Yeah, so maybe I'd like to share, before I share with you some of our technology requests. So I'd like you all to consider this scenario, right? This is a smart home scenario. So if it is a hot and humid day, right now in Singapore, it's about 36 degrees Celsius, and you have a lot of gas at home, right? So what can you do? Well, how might we innovate? Let's talk about innovation. How can we innovate so that we can create more comfort levels for the occupants? You have so many guests at home. How can we ensure that there is good air quality? And you look at your guests, they are drinking, you are serving them cocktail, for example. How can you ensure that they are served clean and safe drinking water? What can we do with our home appliances? So these are some of the things that we are looking at. So some of the problem statements that I have listed out here, we look at for the air conditioning or air purifier. How do we remove the carbon dioxide from the indoor air? So this is an important aspect of indoor air quality because studies have found that high carbon dioxide concentration ranging from 3,000 and 4,000 ppm, this will be a significant cause of discomfort for the occupants. So people feel more lethargic, they have less energy for work and study, especially these days in a hybrid work environment, people work from home. So they would like to be more energetic when they are focusing on their presentation or doing their having up a report. So, but if they open the windows, it might not be so good because there might be dust coming in, or there could be a lot of external noises, or it could be that the outside air environment is just unsuitable because because of the temperature, for example, it's too hot. Yeah, so we would like to look for technologies that can remove carbon dioxide, for example. Yeah. The other type of technologies that we'll be looking for is moisture absorbent materials. There are lots of them out there, but we want a new type of materials that could absorb moisture and they can regenerate. So contrary to what a lot of companies are looking out for, like I mean, they are a lot of companies these days. They use the eraser and blade model. They want to sell more. They want to sell more of the blades. These are the consumable materials. But for hire, we do not really like to use so much of consumable materials. So ideally, we would like to have the lifespan of the materials that we use in our products to be as long as possible. So these type of materials should be self-generating. So for moisture absorbent materials, where can they be used? We will need to use them in air conditioning. We could use them in laundry dryers. We could even use them in refrigerators because the moisture could be a source of odors in the refrigerators. So these type of materials could easily be applied across a wide range of appliances. So the third technology that we would be looking for is technologies that can improve water purification. And one key thing is that because the home appliance industry is really, really very competitive, so we need to look for more cost-effective solutions. So the ideal solution should be something which can remove microbes, trace heavy metals, and at the same time, it can meet some specific mineral content. So we would like to look for new technologies out there that could surpass reverse osmosis membranes. If it's a membrane type technology that features low pressure or high water flow rate, and if it can extend the module timeline, that would be great. Because if you look at some of the home water purifiers out there, you do not need to change the filters for 5 years. So we're looking for materials like that have got longer lifetime. Yeah. So that's all this for today. I'll just introduce to you 3 types of technology requests, but we actually have more technologies out there. So maybe I'll just share with you a little video of what we do at Hire.
There's no voice. Is it mute?
Oh, there's no sound? Well, actually,
Can you hear the sound now? No, not really.
thank you very much. So that's the end of my presentation. So if you'd like to know more about what Hire does and what kind of technologies that we are looking for, so please follow us on LinkedIn. This is our QR page, and this is my email, and you can drop me an email anytime. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Jay, for a great presentation. It's really interesting to see a company that is so committed to open innovation and understanding that it comes from many different sectors, many different types of companies. I just wanted to ask, just to start the questions, how do you get in touch with additional companies or organizations? How can additional suppliers sort of join your collaboration?
Okay, so that's a very good question. Thank you, Vicky. So in China, where we have been doing this for quite a while, there is a WeChat application. So usually companies would follow us on the WeChat application, and we would post a lot of our problem statements out there. However, we do recognize that this is mainly used in China because for our Chinese speaking audience. But we have just expanded our operations in Singapore to reach out to a more global audience. So what we would like to do now is we actually actively seek out companies on our own. We do a lot of tech scouting, and at the same time, we are also building out a network. So tech scouting companies or for example, or tech transfer institutions can actually come to us, and if they have good technologies to recommend, we'll be most happy to look at them. Yeah. So we are always open to new types of recommendations. They can reach us out. They can reach out to us through our website, through our emails, or through and follow us on LinkedIn, because we are just ramping up our efforts on the social media. So definitely hope to, if there is a new technology, you can always drop us a message or a comment, and we will definitely respond to that.
Great. Thank you. That's really helpful, because I can understand some of the technology requests there. You mentioned the CO2 absorption and the water purification.
Yeah,
I think we
that's
see a
right.
lot of those potential solutions coming from more industrial applications at the minute, but equally those companies are looking for more consumer applications that they can apply it to. So it's really interesting. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
I can open up the floor to any other questions.
There's one question in the chat.
Okay, so a case for R&I collaboration with micro enterprises. Okay, so thank you for the question. So previously we did have a innovation center in Israel. So this innovation center, they actually actively helped us to seek out startups based in Israel. So when we did some technology matching, so our product line actually has a technology request for improving food preservation, for example. So the innovation center in Israel actively helped to look for technologies or startups that are working in the area of food technology, food preservation, and we could link them up, recommend them to our micro enterprises. So our micro enterprises evaluated the technology. They also gathered teams from our product line, and also other experts from other business divisions, to see how we can perhaps explain what our technology need is and how we can implement the startup's technology into our product. So what happened was we did a period of joint development together, and after the period of joint development, we deemed that the company could produce good components for our refrigerator systems. So they also became our vendors. So actually, we have a wide variety of partnership models. So it could be a vendor, a supplier, customer relationship. So if the company has production in China, that would be very easy for us to reach out to. So this would be a simple vendor customer relationship. And also we also look for joint development opportunities. So usually what would happen is if we find a material, say a moisture absorbent material, which is useful for us, which has good performance, we would like to evaluate this type of materials. And if it indeed fits our need, we would also explore the possibility of helping the company to maybe scale up their production, and so that they can meet our production capacity. Yeah. Are there any other questions? Thank you very much.
Vicky, I think you're muted.
Thank you for the reminder. Sorry, I was I was going to say I've got many more questions, but I'm conscious of the time, so perhaps we should move on to the next presentation. So I think Peter Lee from BOIM, South Korea.
Really apologize that I didn't prepare for the document to show you, but at this moment, just I will try to show you how TEKTiTE works. I mean, from my product here, then I can just the demo. So this is my smartphone. And then this is our emergency call system, which is portable. Then also we have the fixture part. So I will try the demonstration now. Just by my voice, it's working. So you can see this smartphone site. 살려주세요. And then if it's something happened, then you can just receive this kind of a signal. This is our full solution. And you can also listen the sound from them. Actually, our key solution, key core technology is this. Can you see? This is the voice module, voice sensor, which means that you can just use from the 5 meters longer distance. Then you can just control by your voice without any touching things. So with that idea, then we just put that function at inside of the smart wall switch. So, and the event, I mean, when you happen to something at the home, then you don't need to check anything. I mean, any telephone, any things that you have to just shout, help me like that. That's all. Then our switch can be send the signal to the 911 or your father like that, pre-registered number that you can connect. It is very easy to use. With that, actually, we have the original government. Then we've been they collaborate with the Korean government now. So even today, the good news for us is that we just got the real order for this from the police story 9. Just it is about 200 set today. So the future of this product is that can be replaced one by one. Exactly. I mean, everybody can changeable with this very easily. Then in normal times, there is a convenience of controlling the light by voice. And then the switch automatically send the alarm signal to pre-registered number like as I told you, 911 and your brothers. That is a simple function. So in Korea, government really have interesting about this solution because until now, the smart wall switch is just only working for the light control, But since we just put the function for the emergency call, then it is very easy to using. And you also don't have to worry about losing something. The emergency system should be easy for use. Is that our key for technologies and convenience and follow-up to management? But smart switch is characterized by no special management after install, which means if the that the line is installed at the wall, then you don't need to touch anything. You don't need to manage anything after installation. That is the key. All right. So we are looking for the wide variety market, like prevent violence in school. In the school, at the classroom, we can just install at least 2 wall switch at the front and the back. And then normally it can be controlled by voice for the lighting. And then emergency status, then just every student can shout out just to help me. That's all. Then the teacher or anybody for the management people then just immediately can come to the classroom. That is the idea. And then it is also can be installed for, I mean, the all homes for the safety. Also, it can be controlled for the all stores or maybe unmanned shops like that for the prepare for crime. And also, as you know, I mean, about some very emergency, I mean, the dangerous machine, like a press machine, that if you put our switch head inside behind of there, then it can be, I mean, easily you can call to your call center or police line at anywhere. That's the key. So this switch can be used in any country in the world because this voice module can be useful any country's voice, I mean the language. Like at this moment we've been tried 29, I mean the different language that we tried to put it inside, then it was working. So well, that's all. This is my, I mean the key explanation. Sorry about for the short information. Any question?
Thank you, Peter, for the introduction. It's a really interesting technology, and I can see so many potential applications. And you mentioned just a few of those there in terms of different markets. I'm curious because there are so many markets and so many different applications in terms of the partnerships that you're looking for. Other particular companies, so perhaps companies who will be installing these devices, or you're looking for existing manufacturers to license the technology?
Yes. Even today, I just got I mean the conference call from the Singapore, some company. They also has the kind of emergency technology. Then they've been working for the Singaporean government. And then I really had interesting about this smart wall switch. So they just suggest to me that having, I mean, they collaborate, even not only for the technology sharing, but also for the end product selling for the overseas. So, well, we are looking for the, I mean, the both idea for the sharing the technology with us, and then also I'm looking for the selling pattern for the overseas product. I mean, the market, because we are just starting for the, I mean, the Korean market here. We just finished the certification only.
So you're just at the beginning of your journey, but it sounds
Sure.
like you've achieved a lot already. I think we have a
But-
message. Oh, sorry,
But
carry on.
we have the certain Korean patent already for this product. So we can share about our IP to everybody.
Thanks. Is the intention to expand the IP protection outside of Korea as well?
I mean, they tried to put the PCT patent for the overseas market. It's been passed already 1 year. So if there's someone who has interest from overseas, then I will share our original patent to them.
Perfect. Thank you. I think we have some messages in the chat as well. So the one from Delta Tech first. I think, what is the compelling difference compared with CCTV?
Well, it is totally different. I mean, with the CCTV function, we cannot compare actually with the CCTV because it is just a voice function technology. So I really do not understand what is the compelling different compared with CCTV. Excuse me. 저 이승호 대표님, 이거를 CCTV 쪽에 컴펠링 할 수 있다는 얘기로 질문을 하셨어요.
Sorry, I speak Korean for a moment. 그러니까 이제 좀 획기적인 경쟁력이 뭐가 있냐고 제가 질문을 했는데요. 일부러 좀 분위기 좀 띄워주려고 한 건데, 예, 그러니까 이제 아까 교실에서 앞에 하나 달고 이 스위치를 뒤에 하나
뒷면에도
달면, 그런 거는 이제 CCTV에서도 대체품을 할 수 있잖아요. 그래서
네.
그런 거하고는 어떤 좀 차이점이 있는지를 좀 설명하신다면 더 좋을 것 같아서 제가 질문을 드렸습니다.
Well, the question from Mr. Lee, SH, is that Actually, we can connect with the also CCTV for this, but if we can compare the differentiation between CCTV, is that CCTV is just has to send the image, but we don't need to send the image, which means that different. How can I say? It's difficult, really difficult to make it. I mean, that explain for that. 그 이미지 전송을 해서 이미지를 생각하고 결정을 내리는 것하고 지금 저희 쪽에서 그냥 그 에머전시라고 알람을 보내는 것하고는 차이가 좀 많이 있어서요. 그 차이를
The
설명.
media is different. You are sending a sound media, and CCTV is sending, visual media. So that's big difference. Okay, I understand. Thank you.
I think there's another question as well from VSL.
I believe there is
Peter?
one more question in the chat.
Yeah, so Peter, so does this switch work in any sound decibel levels?
Sure. Normal sound level is actually, it has to be around the 65 decibel. I mean, 65 decibel. That is working at a normal. But even smaller than that, the voice command solution that can be workable. So it depends, what kind of environment at the field, at inside for the noise. But normal, the sound level is under 65 decibels. Okay.
So I think Michael?
Yes, hi, thank you. Two quick questions. Does it, I imagine it works on cellular communication technology. If that's not true, please correct me. But if it does, is it utilizing data or voice types of signals or both? That was the first question. The second question is how much training is needed on the device, or is it just plug it in and it works, or do you need to train it on voice or language? Can you explain those, please?
Right. Excuse me. What was the first question?
Whether it uses, I imagine it uses cellular communication, like a mobile or handy type of transmission for the voice. And if it's so, is it data cellular transmission or audio voice cellular transmission?
Well, you don't need to put any download, for your voice commanding, which means this voice module has some very special technology at inside, which means you don't need to train any word to run about different languages. Just to put it, you can change anytime also your language command. Today, for example, if I use Hai Cholsu, then if you don't like that, tomorrow you can change it to Hai Young-hee like that directly. You don't need a training method. That is a key technology of us, this voice module. Normally at the field, as you know, the normal voice command module has to have some training term and tuning something. It may take long, but our voice module doesn't need that.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for the presentation. Sounds like a lot of potential applications there. Unless there's any more questions, so we move on to the next presentation. So I think we have Clarion from Israel with a novel treatment system for biogas.
Yes. Hi. Good morning. Good afternoon. I'll just see that I share the presentation. You have it? Yeah, you'll see it?
Perfect.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so thanks for having me here and for the opportunity. And I'm Hagai from Clarion. We are an Israeli startup that specializes in gas treatment technology. purifying gas, currently focusing on biogas as a renewable energy source. And I'll explain exactly what we do. So first of all, a bit of a background. Biogas, for the ones who are not familiar with, is quite common, produced by organic wastes and anaerobic digestion processes, and it's produced in landfills and in wastewater treatment plants and agricultural farms, and it can be used as a renewable energy source. It just needs to be treated. So it can be used locally if you use it with the CHPs with generators, or if you clean it another step and turn it into biomethane as renewable natural gas and inject it into the grid. So it's definitely an opportunity, taking into account the world challenges dealing with energy and greenhouse gas emissions, and it's just an available large renewable source that is there. So we see a lot of strategies and plans and budgets that are all related to this field of renewable energy, utilizing biogas as well as part of those plans and strategies, and we see it definitely as an opportunity. The problem with the biogas is that in order to convert it to be used as energy, it has to be cleaned. It has some contaminants within it, such as hydrogen sulfate and siloxanes, which damage the infrastructure. So if you use biogas with dedicated biogas generators and you don't clean and don't take out the H2S and siloxanes, you face damages to the infrastructure, and there's a lot of costs involved in treating it. So purification of biogas is mandatory if you want to utilize it as a renewable energy. But we still see that biogas utilization is limited, and it's mainly due to the purification costs. So operational expenses are up to 50% of the biogas production cost. There's also capital investment involved in putting biogas purification systems. So the outcome is that we see still a lot of landfills and wastewater treatment plants and biogas plants that they still flare the biogas in order to avoid methane emission to the atmosphere, instead of utilizing this methane within the biogas to produce energy. So flaring biogas is a waste of green available energy. And the other side of this purification bottleneck is the fact that existing solutions, maybe activated carbon and biological solutions, are limited. They can deal with specific impurities, not all of them. Sometimes you need combinations of solutions. A lot of investments are involved. They're sensitive to changes in biogas conditions and concentrations, flow rates, and other aspects. And they generate waste that needs to be disposed and treated. So in overall, they're used today in the world, but limited. And this is where we come, and what we're offering is a breakthrough and a change in the way you treat biogas. Because our system, the SolCan, which I'll explain how it works, is a single step solution that simultaneously removes all the pollutants together. It removes 100% of all types of siloxanes, what other technologies can't do. We reduce the cost of purification in more than 50%, therefore adopting such solutions for biogas purification and finding the justification to produce energy of biogas with very high efficiency and no waste generation, because we are a regenerative closed loop process. The way it works is that we utilize our unique proprietary catalytic liquid. This is the secret of our solution. So we circulate this unique liquid within a wet scrubber. The gas comes in which our liquid captures the purification elements, the H2S and siloxanes, locks it in the liquid. It keeps on being circulated while the gas comes out clean. And in a separate process in parallel, we extract and separate those contaminants. This catalytic liquid is regenerative, so it's a closed loop. You don't need to add the catalytic liquid throughout the process throughout the years. The only consumable that we have, and is a direct function of the level of H2S that needs to be removed, is a relatively inexpensive reagent, which is H2O2, hydrogen peroxide. hydrogen peroxide is available. It's an industrial product that is not expensive. That's our only consumable. Our technology is protected by 7 different patents that cover different aspects of the process. So it's a really proprietary solution. And we see it as a huge market. Clearly, growing demand for biogas is tens of billions of dollars. Obviously, that's not our total addressable market because we deal only with the purification. But if you look at the market, this huge growing market of biogas as renewable energy, billions are spent in the purification. So we see a clear growing market for us. Huge investments are now ongoing and are expected. Just in Europe, we have almost $20 billion of investments in biogas upgrade and cleaning within the next 5-7 years. So it's definitely an opportunity for us. Business model is quite simple. Basically, we have like 5 different standard models. So it's a catalog product with different sizes and applications. We approach different strategic partners, which are actually customers and channels to the market because they adopt our solution as part of their project. These are biogas plant development companies, EPCs, engineering companies that are involved with biogas production, biogas solution providers. So they adopt our technology as part of their whole solution, comprehensive solution, when they approach retrofits and upgrades or new biogas plants that are being built. So we sell our systems and we provide service and maintenance. We can also serve engineering packages, design packages, and licenses in order to have, like we're now discussing in the US, to have it locally produced, the systems. We not necessarily have to produce it in Israel and export it. So this is it. And the bottom line is that what we're seeking, and we're not active yet out of Europe and the US, and we'll definitely be glad to find suitable partners. The company is in a point which is still looking for the strategic partners to team with and is seeking additional funds. We raised already investments. We're looking for more this year, more strategic investments in the company. So this is also part of our interest in exploring new opportunities and markets, strategic partners and investments. And I did it quite fast, but I'm open to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you, Hege, for the really informative presentation. It's a very interesting technology for a growing sector. I just had a question around I guess the contaminants that are removed. You end up with a sort of a waste stream of your own. Is there a market for these acids and nitrates? Are they purified enough to be able to use for additional industries as a feedstock? I'm just wondering, it produces potentially another revenue stream.
The thing about our solution, as opposed to other technologies, that what we separate and take aside, it doesn't need to be treated. I mean, it's small amounts that are typically diluted with other waste streams in plants. So you don't need to treat it at all. So there's no any commercial value of it, and you don't need to invest money in treating it and disposing it.
But could it be used as an additional feedstock for someone else if there's no treatment required?
I don't think so. Sulfuric acid, yeah, in most cases, no.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, please.
Are there any other questions?
Yes, I have one. How scalable is the technology? And when I say scalable, I mean miniaturizable. The reason for the question is I'm quite interested in microgrids as opposed to large scale. So how small can a system be produced using your technology?
The system is basically skid mount and the technology. The largest scale is the container-based solutions, but we obviously have smaller scales as well. It depends on the gas flow that we need to treat. We can treat also 300 cubic meters per hour of gas from or even 50 or 100 up to 5,000. cubic meters per hour. So yeah, we can go smaller, obviously. But I don't know how small, what's the level of the gas you're considering?
Sure. So just an example, I spend a lot of time in Thailand, and there's a lot of biomass that's produced. Clearly, I mean, a lot of it is on a kind of a local level as
Yeah.
opposed to municipal. So I wondered if there would be an opportunity to convert biomass to methane in a microgrid type of fashion. So, you know, it's small enough for a few households.
Yeah, we can go that small. I mean, as long as I mean, we build a small system for a very small wastewater treatment plant. They have the flow that we received there for a very small generator was only 50 cubic meters per hour. So it was pretty small. I mean, we're not limited from the engineering perspective or the process. We're not limited. Totally scalable.
I think we have another question in the chat as well. Mr. Lee, would you like to? I'll read it out. So tell us more about the qualification of partners and how about the economic feasibility in terms of payback period.
Okay. We're looking for, as I said, biogas development companies that are involved in projects and building or upgrading sites, and taking into again, we can be flexible with the business model, but basically the return on investment can be less than 3 years. If we go into a model of selling a system and providing services, but we can also, you know, in some cases we can. We hopefully we wanted to see the market also going to a SaaS model, you know, like providing it as a service or leasing the systems, but the market is not there. Still talking CapEx and OpEx, investing in the systems and just, but you know, we're flexible in that way. But bottom line, if we sell a system, taking into account the money that we save compared to other technologies and based on you have to understand the challenge of the adopters of this technology is to assure a continuous energy production, because if they use purification systems that have you know, downtime, it's not just the cost of the operation, it's also losing days of energy production. And by the fact that we provide a continuous and stable system that can work throughout the year, we avoid those downtime days, and in general calculations, it's quite a nice return on investment in a relatively short time.
Interesting. Thank you. I don't think there are any more questions on the chat. Does anyone else in the group have another question before we move on? Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Hago. So we have VSL from South Korea regarding the simulation software for vacuum systems.
Can you see me?
Perfect. Thank you very much, Peter. So I think perhaps at the bottom right, there's the logo, which is the book a bit further down underneath TEKTiTE, one to the left, I think. There, perfect.
Okay, this is Peter, and I'm a junior consultant of VSL, and I'd like to introduce our vacuum system performance simulation and design optimization software, which is based on 3D modeling and simulation. Before we start the pitch, I'd like to introduce the VSL briefly. VSL is founded by Mr. Kang, who have been working over 27 years of vacuum industry. He has technical stack on vacuum equipment and processes, pump system design and configuration and simulation and this algorithm. The VSL team are with 3 employees right now. However, they are hiring 4 to 5 more experts for R&D and software development. Teams also have advisory group to cooperate with universities, as you can see in the pitch deck. Okay, this is just a brief introduction of VSL. Okay, this is as we start, I want to point out that the importance of the vacuum system. Vacuum is a fundamental technology widely used in manufacturing industries, from the everyday goods to cutting-edge products such as semiconductor, displays, and batteries also. The vacuum market is growing 6% annually. So especially the system, as VSL technology is about vacuum system. So vacuum status is made from a couple of gadgets configured with chambers, pipes, and vacuum pumps and gauges, which called the vacuum system, we say. The purpose of vacuum is to remove moisture or impurities in manufacturing process, or to improve the purity, characteristics, and the quality of the product. The more the manufacturing industries are advanced, the more vacuum technology is adopted. So the vacuum is generated by vacuum system. So, but vacuum market usually faces the big market problem, which is the inefficiency. So the configuration of the pipe and chamber and pump is really important for this industry. So the configuration of the pipe, pump, and chamber in the fab design level is the key factor for the efficiency of the system and the size of the funding as well. However, there are many irrational configurations due to individual configurators of the chambers, piping, and pump. So in industrial sites, problems are emerging due to the use of low efficiency pipes and unnecessarily high capacity pumps. This is reducing the efficiency of the system and causing the investment, maintenance costs, power use, and increase the carbon emissions. So the VSL's solution program named FitBack is a system for fab design stage. The system is integrated with simulations, including chamber and process conditions. You can select the high efficiency piping configuration and an optimal capacity pump that meets the chamber and process conditions. This increases productivity and reduces cost, power use, and carbon emissions as well. So the feedback, the simulation system, allowing users to find optimized configuration of the pipe structure and vacuum pump selection. It features 3D modeling, visualization, performance prediction, and evaluation, and simulating and configured cases on SaaS basis. Yeah, so this is the 4 key factors of feedback, our solution. 3D modeling visualization, which provides a strong visualization function. And second is performance simulation. It displays the simulation results of pump downtime, throughput, and conductance and effective pumping speed with the single screen. So, and third is pipe conductance by color temperature. So it's really easy to find out which pipe or gauges have some problems. And lastly, appropriate pump capacity selection is also divided. So in order to validate our market, we are looking for R&I partners who are connected with manufacturers, vacuum equipment suppliers, vacuum pump suppliers, vacuum pipe constructors. Right now our sales are from overseas equipment companies and domestic, usually for semiconductors, equipment companies, and vacuum pump suppliers as well. Currently, semiconductor equipment companies, including SK Hynix and LG Energy Solution, and pump suppliers are using demo versions of our feedback. Of course, entering the US and Europe markets is a big market, so we want to enter, and there is a high demand in general industries, such as not only semiconductors, coatings, thin films, lightings, in addition to semiconductor. And before I finish my slide, I want to show you the demo version of the feedback. So as you can see, this is the demo version of feedback. There is a chambers, pipes, and pumps. So when you do solution simulation, you can see the pump downtime, the throughput levels, and the conductance level.
Sorry, Peter, I think we can only see, or I can only see the presentation just at the minute. In case you're sharing a video.
Can you see?
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, this is the PITPAC demo version. And as you can see that there's a project. So this is, I don't have enough time to make the new pipe simulation, so I can just show our listed project. Maybe as you can see, this is just a demo version. So this is a chamber and pipe and pump. And you can see as simulation completed, you can see the pump downtime, throughput levels and conductance, and effective pumping speed as well. And like this color line, you can see which part has a higher conductance and lower conductance. So as you can solve these problems by getting rid of the bad parts of the lower parts of conductance, and maybe it could build it more efficiently. And like I told you, this is the pumping speed, pump downtime, throughput with the by real-time graph. So you can download by save image and save CSV as well. Thank you for my pitch. And any questions for me?
Thank you very much for the pictures. That's really helpful. It's a very interesting area. I guess I have a question. I noticed there was a long list of potential sectors that it could be used. Are there priority sectors that you're looking at? You know, perhaps those that maybe have the largest volume, or perhaps tighter profit margins, so would benefit from such a technology?
So these technologies are usually used in semiconducting equipment, usually facilities, because this vacuum system is usually on semiconducting process, but not only semiconducting equipment companies. As I told you, some coating companies and thin films, which needed some vacuum pumps. Because of those kinds of vacuum systems, we need if you build the vacuum system, it's not really easy to change the system. We need a lot of cost. So we can use this feedback usually in any industry when they use vacuum system.
Thank you. Open the floor up to any further questions. Thank you, Michael.
Hi, thank you for the presentation. What is it applicable to cryo vacuum types of applications?
Sorry, pardon?
To cryo, so very low temperature. You mentioned semiconductor, for example, and in many semiconductor applications, the vacuum is not just for cleaning like a clean room system, but rather a extremely low pressure or very low temperature types of processes, like outer space vacuum levels. Is it applicable to those types of vacuum systems?
So right now we don't have like those kind of low temperature vacuum systems, and also really high effective vacuum systems. But we have the system usually for the pump, for the semiconducting and equipment facilities usually. But right now we are having a demo system, and we are looking for. So as you can see, in the feedback solution program, you can add pumps with the data. So you can add pump with that power and capacity as well, but we have to put on more data to make sure about the solution.
Thank you.
Okay, I think if we haven't any more questions, we'll move on. Thank you very much, Peter, for the presentation. So next we have the company Expansio from Poland with the all about employer branding and digital employee experience.
Hello, thank you very much for the introduction. And my name is Mateusz Jarus. I'm from Poland. And I came here with a project called All About. So it is an app for employee branding and digital employee experience. for large companies, especially manufacturing companies. And working culture in Europe and in Asia is different, but we can see that employer branding is gaining visibility as well in Asia. It started with the company Volkswagen. So they came to us with a need to improve employee branding in their company. Sorry. So initially they wanted to improve internal communication. They saw that internal communication has a huge effect on how people feel inside the company and at the same time how they are engaged in daily activities. So responsible communication leadership is good for employees and good for business. Here I've got a slide that I'm not going to read all these numbers. I can share the presentation later. It is from a book, Employer Branding Without Secrets, where we have an example of a factory with annual recruitment of 200 people. And a company with strong employer branding has annual savings between 800,000 zlotys, which is around 200,000 euros, to almost 2 million zlotys, which is around 500,000 euros. And we've got a lot of other reports that show how good employer branding affects the hiring process. Here we can see that it is 2 times lower with companies with strong employer brand. The turnover of employees is 28% lower. Companies with attractive employee value proposition are 11 less likely to report problems attracting employees with key skills. And I've got a lot of slides here with all those different numbers. I will show the presentation later to those who are interested. So what did Volkswagen do before they came to us? They had some kind of internal communication already in place. So first of all, they used info kiosks. However, info kiosks are available only inside the factory, and one info kiosk is for a large number of people. So people do not use those info kiosks very often. For that reason, this internal communication does not work very well. The company does not reach too many people with their messages. They've got also intranet, but the intranet is available only within the company and only on computers. And blue-collar workers do not have access to computers. And in such companies, most of the employees are blue-collar workers. There are also digital signage solutions like monitors, displays on the walls. However, it is only a one-way communication. So we don't know who is reading, what is reading, and there's no way to send a message from the employee to the company. That's why we decided to create a mobile app that may be installed on a private phone of the employee. We say that it is an app for digital employee experience. What it means is that we cover the whole life cycle of an employee in the company, from onboarding through daily work, even after hours activities, and even we stay in touch with the employee when he leaves the company and he may join the alumni club. So this app may be installed from Google Play or from App Store on a private phone of the employee. And here you can see a screenshot with this internal communication feature where the company creates posts similar to LinkedIn or Facebook. The employees do not create such posts. It is not an app to share ideas between the employees. It is a one-way, sorry, not one-way communication, but it's mass communication from the company to the employees. And what the employees can do is that they may leave the comments and reactions. However, this is just one feature. There are a lot of other features, and I will describe the rest of the app later. So we've got 4 deployments here in Poland. NGK is a Japanese company, NGK Ceramics, with 4,500 people. Volkswagen has 10,000 employees. Phoenix Contact is a German company with 3,000 people. And one deployment was made at the university, Krakow University of Technology. This year, we hope to go abroad. We get interests from mainly manufacturing companies and mainly from Europe. you already saw the first screen of the app, which is internal communication. We've got latest news with photos, videos, documents. However, there are a lot of other features like shift schedules. At Volkswagen, previously they were printed for every employee. Right now, it is available on a private phone. There are events like meetings with the CEO or the picnic of the company, or even enrolling to the gym is possible through the app. There is a chatbot. You can talk to the chatbot, ask questions mainly about HR, and you get the responses and also the documents like a vacation request. We've got polls, quizzes, surveys. So the employees are asked about job satisfaction, or they may anonymously rate, evaluate their leaders. There's a Kaizen feature where the employees may suggest changes inside the factory through a simple form, and the best ideas are then selected by the company, and the employees are rewarded for these ideas. There is a notice board where the employees share mainly private news about what they want to sell. They may sell private things, or they may offer to go together to work by one car. There is a planned navigation. Usually these plans are huge facilities, and it is difficult, especially for new employees, to know where physically is a selected department or a person. So we can select the department from the list, and the navigation moves you throughout the factory to that place. There is a profile of every employee with annual goals set by the leaders, and the employees may verify the achievements. There's also an artificial intelligence feature that automatically translates all the content to foreign languages. So if there are foreigners employed, or if the deployment is made in multiple factories throughout the world in different countries, the content is automatically translated to foreign languages. There is an onboarding feature. So once an employee enters the company, he goes through the onboarding with the app. He reads the information, then gains the knowledge through texts, videos, messages, and then there is a quiz that verifies his knowledge. There are also sport activities after work. So we engage the employees. We engage them through sporting activities like cycling or running. So at Volkswagen, around 70 to 80% of employees use the app every month. Every day the app, here every bar represents daily activities. I mean, how many times the app was started daily. So it's between a few thousand to 25,000 daily. And the same as at other companies. So what we are looking for is R&I partners who are connected with manufacturing or logistics companies. Our ideal client is a company that hires at least 1,000 blue-collar workers. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Matheus. That's a really interesting proposition. And one of my questions, I think you answered it on the last slide, was going to be in terms of the uptake. I can see there are challenges for some companies if not everyone signs up, because you're having to use the app and also ensure that the information flows. But I really like the functionality with suggesting the optimizations and the chat function to make sure that all employees feel engaged. Does anyone have any questions from the group? Thank you, Michael.
Hi. What is the revenue model that you follow for this product?
So we've got two models. One is a subscription where the company pays a monthly fee for every employee, but only for an employee that logs into the app. So if a company has 2,000 people and only 50% of them log in, then we charge them only for half of the staff. And the second model is quite interesting because we also offer a one-time payment. It is estimated, it is equivalent to 2 years of subscription, more or less. So the company pays once, it gets the app together with the source code. So if they are afraid that our startup will cease to exist, will not exist in a few years, it makes them a little independent because they may develop the app with another company in the future. However, of course, they cannot sell the source code. They cannot share it with anyone. It's only for their own purpose.
Seems like a terrific product.
Thank you.
Hi, I also have a question. Why do you think, except for the fact that blue-collar employees do not have access to computer during their work hours, why would your solution be more attractive to blue-collar employees? Because
yeah, that's a very good question. And yes?
Yeah, because it seems like it could be used by anyone in the company.
Very good question. And the answer why the app is or should be popular than other products like intranet or InfoKiosk, why should it be actually used by the employees, is quite complex. I mean, the app, we already know that around 30% of the app users run the app because of internal communication. So they get into the app to read the messages from the company. It's just 30%. We know that because we already gathered statistics from those few deployments. And the rest of those people, 70%, use the app because of the other features. And which features are interesting depends on the company. So at Volkswagen, shift schedules are used by around 40% of the people. In another deployment, they're mainly interested by internal recruitments and this Kaizen feature that is highly popularized or highly popularized by the employer. So with every deployment, we talk to the company, we try to understand what are their needs, and we change the functionality of the app. So every time the app is a little different. Right now, we want to implement this onboarding feature because we want to get new users every time somebody enters the company. We hope that once he runs the app when he starts his first day at work, then he will stay in the app forever until he leaves the company. I think it is also important that the app is on a private phone and it is a modern looking app similar to social media, so social networking sites. So they're familiarized with this kind of look and feel. It is easy to use 24 hours a day. You don't need to stay in the company. You can use it even at work, at home. So it is the answer why they use it is there are a few answers. I mean, every aspect is important. Our mission is to engage as many people as possible. And there's one more idea. The possibility to apply for vacation requests. I mean, signing vacation requests was not implemented yet in any factory because the factories were a little afraid that this is too sensitive data. However, when we asked the employees what should be added to the app, all of them said that they want vacation requests. So one of our clients decided to implement that feature, and we hope we will get even around 80 to 90% of employees using the app just because of this one feature. So we are still working on adding new features to engage more of the employees.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think we just had one last question on the chat. I think you talked about being able to customize to specific clients. How long does that process typically take? I presume you have all the elements within the app. It's a case of working with the client to customize it.
So if that would depend only on us, then it could take 4 weeks. However, it may take months, even half a year, because the companies need to think what kind of features they need. We need to talk to the IT department. We need to connect to some internal systems like SAP system to create automatically the accounts. So usually it takes a few months, 3 to 6 months. But it's mostly just waiting for the client to make a decision.
The larger the company, the longer it takes to make such a decision.
Exactly.
But it sounds as once you have the employees engaged, it's a great way of getting feedback, the polls, and yeah, even like the vacation, if that's what the employees want, it's a good way of engaging with them. It's really helpful. Thank you. Any more questions before we move on to our last presentation? Okay. Thank you very much, Matthias. Oh, sorry, Martin. One question.
I'm just wondering if this could be also expand to be kind of a culture app for
What kind of
bigger. You know, an app to kind of implement the company culture and values and keep everybody in touch. Are you
Yes.
do such collaborations?
You ask if I'm searching for collaboration?
Yeah, if you are open to such collaborations regarding developing it further.
Yes, I'm interested.
Thank you.
Thank you, Martin. Okay, so now we have our last presentation, last but not least. So IPIN Labs from South Korea, the AI-powered smart factory asset management system.
Can you share? Can you see the screen now?
Perfect, thank you.
All right. Hi, everyone. I'm happy to be here among other very interesting startups and companies. So today I'm going to introduce our AI-powered smart factory asset management system. So, okay. So IPIN Labs, what we do is that we try to unlock value that rivals GPS technology, but for indoor positioning. So the problem is that GPS does not work indoors, and current technologies for indoor positioning, such as beacon UWB or fingerprinting, are expensive and take a long time to be deployed. And fingerprinting is still inaccurate for most of commercial cases. So a lot of companies, our partners, come to us with different issues. For example, Renault Korea Motor, which is an affiliate of the Renault Group, the French group. They have downtime in factory when AGV malfunctions because they stop all the assembly line. Dongguk Steel, which is a steel producer in Korea, they have inefficiency in logistics in their warehouse and factories. Hanavision, they have their affiliate group corporate, another company of Hana Group. They have suboptimal productivity by factory employees. And all of that actually come to one root cause, which is the absence of asset location information in the manufacturing plants. So what we offer to this company is a smart factory asset management platform, which includes a web portal and mobile apps and tracker for the hardwares. In the web portal, we have features such as dashboard, 2 types of monitoring modes for real-time tracking, trajectory history for each individual asset, and geofencing, and we can also set some messages and get a list of which assets are inside which zones. So all these features are used to assess and improve the productivity and also safety of the indoor facilities. And the platform is based on our core technology, which is an AI-based indoor location tracking technology that combines the existing signals within the indoor locations, such as Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. And we are currently working on implementing private 5G for the smart factory. And we combine this information with the data that is collected by movement sensors, whether it is in smartphones or in our hardware tracker. And by combining these two sets of information into our AI algorithm, we are able to provide real-time positioning of the assets that we are trying to track. So this is basically what looks like. So you have like a Harry Potter's magic map with the indoor facilities floor plan, the people on it, if it is required to track employees, or we can also track the forklifts in the warehouse to try to enhance the productivity and safety. Here another example of geofencing and getting messages from the mobile application in this parking lot. So this is what we offer to the companies, and we're offering an option for companies that are looking for a low risk and easy to implement indoor positioning solution. It can be done by non-experts without prior training. And we have actually deployed our solution in this warehouse, which is 21,000 square meter in less than 12 hours, while the companies that I have interviewed myself estimated from 4 to 6 weeks for beacon-based companies and 1 to 4 weeks for fingerprinting companies at a much higher cost than what we propose. And we are currently collaborating with companies across various sectors, but we are trying to focus on manufacturing sectors as well. And we have recently received an investment, a CapEx investment from SK Telecom to develop an enterprise solution for SK Hynix, which is a top semiconductor manufacturer. And we are also doing other proof of concepts with different companies across various industries. And we are looking for global testbed opportunities, proof of concept opportunities with manufacturing companies that owns factories, warehouses, but also telecommunication companies, because this is an indoor positioning technology is something that they're usually trying to develop themselves, but not many are successful to do so. So that's it for my presentation. I'm Songjun Kim, Global Business Development Lead at IP Labs. If you have any questions or feedback, I'd be happy to hear that. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Songjun, for the presentation. That was a really interesting offer. I can see certainly the deployment time is very much faster than most solutions in the area, as you've already alluded to. I just had a quick question before I open the floor up. Given I think the presentation showed the development of the trackers was ongoing. Are you looking to engage with potential hardware suppliers who might already have some technology in this area, or you're happy that that's something that you're progressing yourself internally?
Yeah, so we do actually have a partner that is developing the hardware tracker, and we expect to have our first prototype in 2 to 3 weeks. But in the long term, we are looking to internalize it, of course. So we would be interested in having a partnership with a hardware supplier.
Any questions from the wider group? I have one more. Is there in terms of the range or the coverage, are there any limitations for the trackers? I was thinking that the larger the size of organization or plant.
So something that I haven't mentioned during the presentation is that we have to do a data collection phase step at the very beginning phase of the deployment. And what we do is that we can either do it by walking or putting it on a car or on a robot to go through all these areas that you want your assets to be tracked in. So that would take a few hours if the area is very big, very large. But otherwise, once you have collected the data across the indoor facility, then there is no limitations in terms of reach.
Thank you very much. I think there's another question in the chat. In order to do a POC abroad, which company could be most appropriate?
So as I mentioned, we are looking for manufacturing companies, but it would be we will need to meet a company that has a large indoor facility with assets, preferably moving around so that it gives them a higher ROI. For example, automobile companies would be great because they have implemented automated guided vehicles since a few years, which are automated vehicles that bring you car parts that people use to make in the assembly line, and that actually it is easy to calculate the ROI that we can offer to these companies. So that would be one example of company that is appropriate for a POC.
Perfect, thank you.
I have one question. Is like, would you be also interested for co-development together with other companies? Because I think your technology, it could be a match with some of our partners. At this moment, some of them are looking for some South Korean companies to apply for R&D projects. So would you be interested for that?
Yes, I think we can, of course, have a discussion on the collaboration for R&D. We actually have different projects with other companies, other partners. So I think that is certainly a possibility.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
I think, are there any more questions? No, I think we're done. I was going to say I will just wrap up shortly, but I'm sure if there are any more points for TEKTiTE to put in there, they will do. But for me, it's been a pleasure being part of this session today and learning about the various innovations that we have in the space, and reviewing some of the technology offers and requests. I can see how the integration of the digital technologies, the automation, the data, and how it can benefit not only industry in terms of most recently just talking about tracking your assets around, but also for consumers in the home as well, if we go back to our first presentation. I appreciate there's only been a very short amount of time to introduce each other and your technologies, so I'd encourage you all to work with the TEKTiTE platform and DeltaTek to connect and cooperate further. I think from the discussion today and the questions, it's clear that there are the collaboration between organizations, whether that's end users or development partners, is quite key. So it's been really interesting to learn about some of those potential collaborations. So thank you very much for joining us, and lastly to DeltaTek and all the team for organizing such a great workshop.
Thank you so much, Vicky, for moderating this session. We are very happy, and also I would like to take this opportunity to talk. Like, we have a bunch of companies here, a bunch of great technologies, and I could feel that some of them could be create some opportunities, partnerships among each other. So if any of you would like to connect with one of those company, one of these technologies, please let me know later in or also in TEKTiTE, because all the companies here are registered in TEKTiTE, so you can contact them through the platform and also through Delta Tech Korea. So feel free to connect with them. I think we can create some synergies among them. So thank you so much for your time, and have a good day and have a good night for who is in Korea and also in Asia. Thank you so much for the opportunity, and then for having your time to participate in this workshop. Thank you.
Why
Thank
don't you
you.
give a big hand to Vicky? She did a
Of
good job
course.
today. Yes. Thank you very much,
Of
Vicky, for
course.
your great moderation.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you so
you.
much,
Thank you so much.
Vicky. Thank you so much. You were great and bring also so much great questions and great discussions about the technology. Thank you so much for that. Thank you.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
bye bye, everybody. Have a good
See you
day.
someday. Bye bye. Good day.
Have a good day and evening. Take care. Bye bye.